Alright, cool. So. Alright, my last stream didn't work, but we're okay now, I think. Let me check. Yeah, we should be okay. So, I'm just gonna delete the last video, so don't worry about it. Alright, I'm gonna refresh my poisons. Alright, so this is a Subtlety Rogue guide. Or, you know, at least as much as I know. Which is quite a bit from Mists of Pandaria, and I've looked into the new Warlord stuff. So, here are my talents. For some reason my icons aren't showing very well, but it's Shadow Focus is the best talent in this tier. Second tier does not matter at all. I prefer Nerve Strike though, even though I don't use either of those. Elusiveness is the best because you can just keep feints up and it reduces your damage even further, which is very important for maximizing your DPS, so you don't have to do shit, you can just stand there. Burst of Speed is the best, though I guess Shadow Step could be used. I could see that being used, but Burst of Speed is probably the default. This is arbitrary. I like Dirty Tricks though, because you can blind without an energy cost. Anticipation's the best because Marked for Death basically use like once every 1 minute, and that's not very useful. It just gives you like an extra Eviscerate every minute. Anticipation lets you save all your combo points basically, so that helps a lot more. This talent tier, you use Shadow Reflection or Death from Above. They're about the same. But Shadow Reflection's easier because it's just cooldowns. It's just a cooldown you attach to Shadow Dance with a macro, and then you just Shadow Dance, Shadow Reflection, and you just do more damage. Glyph-wise, Glyph of Energy is mandatory. It increases your damage. Glyph of Hemorrhaging Veins is also mandatory because you need Hemorrhage only for the cases where you can't refresh Rupture, and I'll explain that in a bit. And Feint I recommend, though this is actually optional. But it just means you don't have to feint as often. Your feint lasts 40% longer, which is pretty huge. So my item level is 569, so my damage is not going to be what it could be. Of course, but you know, it's going to be a reference, I guess. So I'm going to open the fight. I'm going to do the first part very slow, and then I'll do it full speed, and hopefully that works out. So, I'm going to premeditate and slice and dice. Alright, just making sure. Though it's weird, my stream isn't popping up. Alright, that's really weird. Oh, it's not, it's a bit laggy, but it should work anyway. Anyway. So. I'm gonna premeditate slice and dice. To open up. And then I'm gonna ambush. And hemorrhage because I do not have a dot up. I don't know why I said it that way. Anyway. Alright, first things first, Rupture up. And now we have our main things up, Slice and Dice and Rupture. Next thing I'm doing is refreshing Slice and Dice. And now I'm popping cools, because everything's good. So I'm Shadow Dancing, I'm spamming Ambush, I'm using Premeditate. And besides, you just use Ambush instead of Backstab, that's the only difference. And you have to make sure to Premeditate, because you can. Rupture's about to go down, so I'm going to refresh it. And I'm back to just mashing Backstab. When Find Weakness runs out, which reduces their armor to 0, I'm going to Vanish to get that back up. So I'm gonna wait till Slice and Dice is about to run out. Actually, it's about to run out, so that's gonna be really weird. I should probably be backstabbing. Alright, Slice and Dice first, Rupture next. Alright, now I'm gonna Vanish, Premeditate, Ambush, and then I'm back in. Rupture is about to go down, refresh it. And Find Weakness is like huge, so. Alright, Vanish is still down, but I'm feeling good. I'm gonna Preparation, Vanish again. I messed up. Premeditate, I had to wait a bit, but we're good. I got my ambush in, so Find Weakness is up again. Rupture is about to run out. Refresh that. Slice and Dice, I'm cutting it close, but I got it. Shadow Dance is back up. I didn't notice, so let's use that. We're gonna ambush a lot, because we don't have anything to refresh. Alright, we have full combo points. I'm wasting some. Make sure to premeditate. Alright, Rupture. Refresh Rupture. Slice and Dice is up next. But I think I have time. This is a bit greedy, but I'm going to Eviscerate. Alright, I can get a 4 combo point Slice and Dice. That's pretty good. So, right now it's just maintenance, but let's say, for the sake of example, my slice and dice is about to run out and rupture's down. What I would do is hemorrhage to get the bleed going, and then slice and dice, so I have both a bleed and slice and dice up. And now that we're good, we go back to rupture. So that's kind of like a panic thing. If you need to refresh slice and dice and rupture's about to go down too, just hemorrhage and then slice and dice, and then you're good. Because hemorrhage will serve as your dot, you get slice and dice up, and then you just get rupture up as soon as possible. So here I'm going to refresh rupture. And that won't happen very often, of course. It's just if these happen to coincide. Like right now, 14 seconds and 14 seconds. I mean, I'm going to have a problem in about 14 seconds. So I'm just going to save my combo points. And by that I mean eviscerate. Alright, so this is the situation I was talking about. So I'm going to slice and dice, hemorrhage, and now try to get rupture up. If you were looking at the rupture dot, you'd see that it jumps down by 2 seconds every once in a while. And that's if my multi-strike procs, it uses up 1 tick of rupture, so it actually doesn't last as long as it says it does, because it's going to decrease. So hemorrhage I don't have to care about anymore. I need to refresh rupture though. Notice how it jumped down really quick? Because I got 2 multi-strikes in a row. So, I'm pretty sure it only multi-strikes on abilities, because if it multi-striked on auto attacks, that would be, impossible to maintain because of how quickly auto attacks happen. So, Rupture is about to go down. I'm gonna refresh it with 3 combo points because I'm terrible and I wasn't paying attention. So right here I Vanish and Shadow Dance up. So let's go ahead and use Shadow Dance because it's quicker to come up. Oh, that was a misclick, but that's the idea. It's just, you just Shadow Dance whenever you can. Alright, refresh Rupture. Slice and Dice has 6 seconds left, so I cannot safely get an Eviscerate. I'm going to wait a little bit. Alright, it's refreshed. I'm going to go ahead and Eviscerate for the next one. Alright, I'm going to Vanish to get Find Weakness up. Alright, I think that covers all the situations. You only use Hemorrhage at the beginning, and if you have to refresh Slice and Dice and Rupture, so that way you can just refresh Slice and Dice, Hemorrhage, and then Rupture when you can. I might just do a very short fight where I just Hemorrhage and then Backstab, and that would reveal that Backstab does more damage than Hemorrhage does, and they cost the same energy, so there's no point. Actually, Hemorrhage costs a little less energy, but same idea. Alright, it's pretty close. I'm going to refresh Rupture though, and then just go straight for Slice and Dice. There we go, it worked out. Alright, so we're just chilling. Shadow Dance is up, but I'm not feeling it right now. I'll go super try hard mode when I'm going full speed, but this is just to show the general situations. So I'll refresh Rupture. Ooh, he dodged it or something. He still dodged it. There we go. Alright, so everything's back up. Notice, I guess I should have pointed it out, but Slice and Dice, if you have less than 6 seconds or so, you can Slice and Dice and it'll just add to the duration. So if your Slice and Dice has 4 seconds up and you don't want to wait for it, just refresh it and it'll be fine. I've been waiting for the last second for explanatory reasons. But just watch Slice and Dice. I'll just wait for it. When it's at let's say 5 seconds, I'll refresh it and the number should go way higher. Yeah, it went up to 41 seconds, even though this says it lasts 36, so they can stack on top of each other. You just generally don't want to waste it that way. Alright, so I think that covers everything. I didn't mention using Feint because I'm not fighting it as an actual thing. But all you would do is you would just Feint and keep doing your normal rotation, because 7 seconds is a really long time. Like, it's long enough that if you faint, you'll have your energy back in about 1.5 seconds. So it's pretty. You just faint all the time. Just if you're taking damage, faint. If there's AoE, faint. If you're low on health, faint. If you're just feel like it, faint. There's no reason to ever not faint. Like, say I'm fighting this training dummy, and then he's like, DBM goes, danger, or whatever. I'll just go, faint, and then continue what I'm doing. Now, don't tell healers this, because, of course, that's not very good for the healer. But, if you want to maximize your damage, you just faint, because faint reduces damage taken by about 80% from AoE stuff. If you really, really want to help your healer, though, you should cloak instead, because cloak lasts 5 seconds. And cloak technically serves the same purpose as faint, but it doesn't cost any energy, so you should cloak instead of faint if you know the boss mechanics and know when to cloak and when to faint.